There is the final whistle. There is a historic moment. Nigeria become the first African nation to claim gold.
Nothing unites Nigeria's 200 million people more than seeing their country in action on a football field. The dividing factors for the giant of Africa blows through the lines of tribes, religion, geography, and even dialect within languages. All of these differences fade away after a whistle signaling kickoff is blown. The enemy becomes just one, the opponent of the Super Eagles on that day. It is only befitting that it is for this game that the giant of Africa has achieved one of the most important accolades it has ever received. Today, we tell the story of the miracle that helped cement Nigeria's legacy as a footballing nation, Atlanta 96. Having won its first AFCON title in the 1980 edition played on the home soil, Nigeria's wait for the second title ended in 1994 as Clemens Westerhoff led the Super Eagles to victory with a memorable outing in Tunisia. That same year, the Super Eagles debuted at the World Cup and made a good account of themselves. The late General Sani Abacha was at the peak of his totalitarian regime. The country was still seething from the gruesome murder of Kudirat Abiola, the wife of MKO Abiola, who had won the presidential election 3 years prior, but was never declared winner and was imprisoned instead. In response to the international community's condemnation of his junta for hanging Saro Wiwa and his colleagues, Abacha withdrew the Super Eagles from defending their AFCON title in the 1996 edition held in South Africa. Can you imagine that? Well, it happened. Having missed the 1996 AFCON, all eyes were set on the Olympic Games. Nigeria's journey to Olympic gold was bumpy and rough. In the qualifying matches against Egypt, they displayed tenacity, winning 3-2 in the first leg and holding Egypt to a 1-1 draw in Cairo. The team's preparation for the games was overshadowed by financial woes and internal disputes between the coaching staff and the Nigerian Football Federation. Not only were allowances unpaid, but little could be said of their preparation. Sunday Oluse, who was part of the team at that point, described the situation in his book Audacity to Refuse. In it, he wrote, "With the shortage of money to rent the buses from the FA, Victor Ipeba and I had to use our own credit card to rent 3 12-seater minivans for the team. It was with this situation that the Super Eagles had to play." Nigeria was drawn into the group of death alongside Hungary, Japan and Brazil. They kicked off what would be a historic campaign with a 1-win draw over Hungary, courtesy of a goal from Under-17 World Cup winner Nwankwo Kanu. Late strikes from Tijani Babangida and JJ Okocha were enough to secure a 2-0 win over Japan. Despite succumbing to a 1-0 defeat against Brazil, they had done enough to qualify from their group as runners-up into the knockout phase, where they were drawn to face Mexico. A 2-0 win against Mexico ensured that Nigeria's ship sailed to the semi-finals, setting an epic showdown with favourite Brazil, who were rated global number 1 by FIFA, and boasted of talent like Ronaldo the Phenomenon, Roberto Carlos, and Rivaldo. While Nigeria boasted of its superstars in their right, the matchup with Brazil looked like their final bus-stop. Flavio Conciaco's deflected free kick beat Peter Rufai, handing the 4-time world champions an expected early lead. Nigeria equalized on the 20-minute mark after a stellar cross from Celestine Babanyaro forced the Brazilian defense into conceding an own goal. Still, the joy will be short-lived, as Bebeto soon restored Brazil's lead, with Conciaco's adding another to make the scoreline 3-1 at halftime. The Nigerian Olympic team walked off the pitch into the dugout at halftime, the weight of the hopes of the entire continent of Africa on their shoulders, expecting a miracle. Trailing 3-1 and with 15 minutes of the second half already played, Okocha had the chance to reduce the deficit from a penalty spot, but saw his efforts saved by Dida. It seemed like Nigeria's fate against the Brazilian were sealed, even before kickoff. Victor Ipeba's goal, 60 minutes from time, handed the Dream Team a lifeline. They went all out in search of an equalizer, which came when Kanu Nwankwo scored in stoppage time to send the game into extra time. The golden goal system was still in effect then, meaning that the first team to score in extra time would advance to the finals. In what is regarded as one of the most beautiful goals of his illustrious career, Kanu scored against the run of the play, bringing the match to an end and advancing the Dream Team to the finals. Argentina was the only team standing between Nigeria and the Olympic gold, and just like the semi-final, Nigeria had to come back to win a dramatic match. Only this time, it was a classic case of score me, I score you. Lopez put the Argentines ahead in the 3rd minute, with Babayaro rising highest to head home the equalizer in 28th minute. La Albiceleste went ahead in the 50th minute, courtesy of a penalty from Crespo after Ortega was fouled in the box by Taribo. Daniel Amokachi drew Nigeria level again, and just as it looked like the game was heading into extra time, Emmanuel Amunike beat the offside tribe to tap home Wilsey Oroma's free kick. The Dream Team had done it, against all odds. Amunike's winner sparked wild celebration at the final whistle as Nigeria won Africa's first gold medal in the Olympics football competition. This win also carved what will later come to be known as the golden generation of Nigerian football. The Golden Eaglets have been absent from 2 consecutive Olympic tournaments, with the last participation being in Rio in 2016, where they won bronze. As we reflect on the miracle of Atlanta, we must remember not just the goals and the glory, but the powerful sense of national pride and unity that football inspired in Nigerians. The Dream Team of 1996 will forever be celebrated not just for their footballing prowess, but for embedding the true spirit of Nigeria, a spirit that strives, perseveres, and triumphs against all odds. The problem with the football industry in Nigeria continues to this day. Will Nigeria win another gold trophy in football? I don't know, but I know one thing. We have done it before, and we can do it again. This is the land where nothing is impossible. Thank you for watching today's episode. Do you remember the story of Atlanta 96? Tell us what you remember in the comment box. If you enjoyed this, share with your friends, give this video a thumbs up, and until I see you again, bye bye.